What is up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Off the Rack. I'm Sal.
And I'm Tiffany.
Oh boy, we got a humdinger of an episode for you today. I bet. Probably.
We haven't even done it yet.
Listen, most talk show hosts say we're going to have a great show. They have no idea whether it's a good show or not.
I guess, but they have editors.
I mean, yeah, that's true. Yeah, but the live ones or the late night ones, those are harder to.
I guess that's true.
To lie about.
Yeah.
I should also say that it has a lot to do with the audience.
Yeah.
So, bring it up a little bit, everybody. Welcome to the show. Of course, this show
We
is
don't even
sponsored.
make some noise.
Yeah, that's right. Raise the roof, folks. Well, welcome to the
What?
show. Of course, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel. I saw a couple people interacting with the poll that I put in the live chat right now. That's right. This show is live on Monday nights around 6:45 Eastern Standard Time, PM, that is. And we talk about comic books and recommend books that are coming out this week. We also talk about comic book news and whatnot. And so in the live chat right now, there's a little poll about this week's, I'm going to call it, biggest issue of the week, I think. Hope. Fingers crossed. Batman Deadpool. It will showcase a myriad amount of other crossovers. So which one are you the most excited for? Let us know in the live chat right now. I saw, we're going to have a couple thousand views on this episode. There's only 54 participants in that poll. Juice those numbers up. I have no stake in it. Doesn't make me any money, but it is fun to see what the temperature read is on all of this. So please check it out.
If you're wondering what I'm doing, I didn't do any social posts.
Yes.
So I was trying to get a photo of Sal, which is very hard to do when he's talking.
Well, because
It's
when I'm
fine.
talking, I'm typically moving. So
Quick, hurry. Ta-da. Perfect. We did it.
that's right. As long as someone's talking, there's no dead air.
Yeah, I made sound. I made the noise.
Well, now there should be some.
What?
But,
I filled the gap.
with noise. That's
I
right.
filled the gap.
Thank you.
It was filled.
Yeah. So anyway, a lot of news in the world today. A lot of stuff happening in the comic book world. Rather than dedicate a segment to it, there's a book that I'm going to review. Invariably, it will come up. I want to address it as quickly as we can and move on because there are channels out there that make a living doing that. I don't make a living doing that. I would be bad at it. I wouldn't make a living very long if I did that because I'm not a grifter. So I'm not going to make any money.
That's right. You were, in fact, not part of Wildcats.
I unfortunately was not part of. Well, I'm not going to maul anyone either, nor am I a zealot. And I don't know any voodoo, but I am a void.
And the other guy.
And Warblade.
Is it I was going to call him Razor Claw.
You were thinking of Ripclaw, and he was a member of Cyberforce.
I was thinking of Razor Claw. Nothing. That's the words I came up with. I wasn't
Razor
thinking of
Claw.
anything. I was just like, it's Razor Claw.
Should we add him to the roster of characters?
No, I
that
think he
ComicPop
might
have
actually.
created?
That might actually be a character.
I mean, there's
feel
no way
like
Razor Claw doesn't exist in some fashion. I want to say that maybe it's like the SWAT Cat's plane, but in any event,
How about this? There's no way I'd know what it was.
It's Warblade.
Just
The
what
point
my
is,
brain told me.
the other guy, the most Wolverine of the Wildcats,
Yes.
is Warblade.
Yes. Yes.
R.I.P. Wildcats, the brand, because obviously it has no place here 20 years later from the 90s.
Yeah, I guess so.
There's just no more room. I can't fit any more in here. No, there's it's interesting actually. Rather than talk about the news, we've had a very interesting discussion over the years about Gen 13, Wildstorm in general.
Uh-huh.
All acquired by DC Comics. J. Scott Campbell actually did an AMA on the old Reddits the other day, and he got a few questions about. Mostly they were about whether he's going to come back to do interiors at any point, and he said no.
No.
Well, and the reason is the same as why your favorite formerly interior artists in comics only do covers, and it's because they get paid just as much to do covers as they do interiors, and it's much less laborious.
Yes.
Just makes more sense financially and physically to only do covers instead of interiors. But he said he wanted to return to them, and if he could, he'd do Spider-Man. Yeah. I would love to see that. I remember a rumor, I want to say almost 20 years ago, that when Kevin Smith was rumored to take over Amazing Spider-Man, that J. Scott Campbell was going to do the interiors. And would that have been a late book?
Wow.
It's like, hey, don't worry. J. Scott Campbell's going to catch up, but also we got Jim Lee to do some interiors. Between the three of them, that book would take forever and a day to come out.
Sure.
But anyway.
Okay.
Right here talking
That's
about
fair.
that. But I was curious because I've talked about somebody asked him about Gen 13 about like, are we going to get like a big fat compendium or anything? And he's like, nah, probably not. It's like, we made a thing. Like there was a reprint recently the DC did that I own, of course. And I had this debate with Tom King once. It might have been on mic. I don't remember if it was on mic or off mic. But I was like, I think Gen 13 could come back.
No.
You believe that there is no way. There's no version of Gen 13. Gen 13.
What does Tom King think?
He was like, no. He's like, there's no way that Gen 13 can survive today. That there's no point to Gen 13 in the year 2025.
Yeah. I agree. Obviously, Tom and I are on the same.
You are on the same page.
Level in terms of this.
I gotta say, like, it has been rebooted twice, if not 3 times, if you want to count Matt Rosenberg's Wildcats book, which also featured Fairchild for no good reason. And yeah, no, each reboot was worse than the last one, and the only ones I miss are the ones from the beginning, and that in and of itself was just a weird Generation X compliment.
Mm-hmm.
An alternate reality version of Generation X from Marvel.
Yeah.
With like more TNA somehow.
Somehow.
Does that qualify it to exist? I mean, I like those characters, and I think that there's something there. Like there's something very interesting. I actually went back and reread a little bit of it.
Okay.
This is gonna really wow the people at home talking about it.
I'm excited.
From 35 years ago.
Yeah.
But I mean, they read it. Issue 2, I think, had 2.5 million pre-orders. Anyway, I was rereading it, and the ongoing series. There was a mini series that launches it. That's the thing everyone really remembers. But there was also an ongoing, and I think it's like 6 or 7 issues before it just completely goes off the rails and turns into like a Wildstorm interconnected universe book, where like just nonsense, just the company and the aliens and Wildcats and just all the Team 7, just all this nonsense. And I was just like, I don't know anything about Team 7 outside of what Tim, my old friend, used to read. And when I tried to get all my friends into comic books, that's the one he gravitated towards, of course. But I was just like, I don't know anything about this. I was reading this for one reason. Well, maybe 2, but like the reason chiefly among them is that it's about like a couple of teenagers who are hanging out and trying to like live their lives while also having superpowers. And watching 17, 18-year-olds try to do the same thing that I had been, conditioned to watch, like, either Gifted Youngsters versions or like Power Pack teens. It's like, it was interesting because it was like, no one could really tell them what to do.
No one?
Well, because they're all the parents were either dead or secret agents or, mysterious.
Yeah, why don't you just read The Runaways?
Well, right, exactly. Is that like Runaways is basically just like a better version of Gen 13?
Yeah.
But they're still younger than Gen 13 was. Gen 13, 16, 17, 18. Runaways, they're like 14. They're like freshmen.
There's different ages in there.
That's true. It ranges, though. Yeah.
Yes.
I think Molly's 12.
Yeah, she's young.
But anyway, I liked that aspect of it.
Right.
Especially when it seemed like the new direction was they're going to college. Watch Gen 13 in college. Yes. They get derailed out of college within 2 issues. And they never go back. They go to space before they go to college. And
I'd rather go to space.
They did not rather go to space, but I was like, I kind of fell off.
You're like, I hope they go to space.
I was just kind of like, oh man. Like it just kind of fell off because I was like disappointed that it didn't go where I was hooked. I wonder if there's any room for that now.
I just don't think so. I don't think there's any need. I think it's one of those like nostalgia goggles for you.
It could be. The art's dope.
I still think that's a nostalgia goggle.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't know. But let us know in the comments down below if you're watching the show after the fact. Can Gen 13 come back? Should it come back? I'd be curious to know.
For the 3 people who know what it is.
They'll Google it, and then they'll go, maybe Sal has a point. But yeah, just a thought.
Yeah.
Anyway, anything going on in the comic world that you wanted to talk about?
I don't have anything.
All right, let's talk about books. So the way this show works is we talk about the news, or Gen 13 for that matter, and then we jump into the books. We talk about reviews. We review each book that we enjoyed, that we read, and or didn't enjoy for that matter. And then we pick our book of the week. Which book do we like the most out of the week?
It's going to happen.
Then we read your super chats. Of course, this show is sponsored by viewers like you. If you're watching the show live, you can sponsor today's show by using super chats. Ask a question or comment, read it here on the show. It'll be part of the show forever. And so we'll read all of those after the review portion. Then we're going to recommend comics that are coming out this week that we think you should check out.
Absolutely. That is what's going to happen.
That is what's going to happen. It's happening right now.
So how are we starting?
I think we should start with something really fun, something we both enjoyed, and that, of course, is Trinity.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, daughter of Wonder Woman.
Yeah, why not?
The story that is kind of like a weird it's out of time, really. I mean, it's in continuity, but it's like a complement series to the Tom King Wonder Woman book.
Yeah.
That features all three Trinities in three different walks of life. Junior, I don't know, young adult, and then I guess like teenage version of.
Yeah, there's young, there's preteen,
right,
and then teenage.
Yeah. But Trinity, daughter of Wonder Woman number 4, written by Tom King with art by Belen Ortega.
Yeah.
Sees the youngest of the Trinity go to the Bat Wedding.
Yeah.
And this is
the precursor to
the precursor.
It's like it's the moments before, or the hours before.
The hours before. Tom had teased this, I think, on one of our conversations, and remember he was very excited about it because he was returning to the wedding. He was kind of like, he thought it was funny that, let's talk about this thing that like is so controversial and has all these different like opinions about it.
Yeah.
And obviously this has nothing to do with the wedding whatsoever, outside of like it being kind of like the framework. It's really an opportunity for King to go, I didn't want to kill Alfred. It's not my fault.
Yeah.
It was all the Dio.
This felt like, this is what you could have had.
This is what you could have had if it was Clayface, and it should have been, and you could always go back, but for whatever reason they won't. But yeah, it was nice to see Alfred back, and it was nice to see King's version of Alfred. I always liked King's approach to Alfred.
Yeah.
He is sentimental, but not quite as familiar as Scott Snyder's Alfred.
Yeah.
But yeah, we just watch Alfred kind of take care of young Trinity and help her out.
Mm-hmm.
We see Batman and Selina's interactions with her as well.
Yeah.
Would have been nice if she had told Batman about what happens to Alfred, but instead she tells Alfred, and Alfred's like, Alfred does what everyone they run into, like Jason Todd, etc., like, you're going to die. We should stop this. And they're like, fate and stuff, whatever. I'm like, I mean, I know you can't bring back Alfred in a Trinity book, but still, you could. Sales will go up. But yeah, it was just it's a cute, really fun, well-written story. Ortega's art, obviously, is great.
Yeah.
Adorable, fantastic interactions, depicted a great action of just like kids running around, corgis, of course, as well, but only really one in this issue. But it's just cute. Also advancing the plot, which is maybe they're going to bring back Steve Trevor. Why not? He didn't need to die in the first place.
Yep.
Great opportunity to use Alfred in the story in real time, maybe. I asked you about it. I was like, what? Because I was like, okay, so yes, it's like basically Trevor and Alfred get to chat.
For like
as they are
kind of. He says one line. He finishes the line from what his narration was.
He's talking to Trevor the entire time. I think he's talking because he keeps addressing. He's like, your daughter is so.
Oh, interesting. I did not pick up on that, but that's very much obviously what it is.
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought he was on the phone. Where did I get that from?
Someone does go on the phone in this book, but
what was that, brain? Wow, my brain just made that up. Just making things up.
Making stuff
my
up.
Brain. No, I agree. I think you're right about that. I'm guessing this is or maybe it's a conversation from another time. No, it's probably just happening there.
Yeah, I don't think Alfred.
But yeah, they are passing like ships in the night. But
right, but like where? I mean, I know Steve took over. Like he beat the ferryman again, and he's like rowing his way back.
Yeah.
Where's Alfred going? Is he heading to death? If that's the case, what a slow ass ride. Or because he is shrouded and there's no one else in the ferry, is he the new ferryman?
No.
Is Alfred the new ferryman of the DC universe?
No, you could be like he's going somewhere else. You could make it that an ability for people to let him go tethers him,
keeps him in the boat.
Yeah, not allowing him to cross over. Right. That'd be kind of interesting.
I like that too. Yeah.
Technically, there should be a ferryman there.
Yes.
If he's being ferried,
right?
He's ferrying himself.
Yeah. Alfred would do that.
No, it's all right. It's quite all right. Don't bother yourself with it. I can do it.
Yeah. I like that. Yeah, it was a great issue.
It's a very sweet issue. I mean, like, I am the type of person who I love this Alfred.
Yes.
I always like this Alfred. So it's
Mhm.
like I obviously look at this with a lot of fondness.
Yeah.
I like the Alfred who considers himself the father. Like, he says that he raised
Bruce.
like several boys.
Oh, yes,
You know
yes,
what I
yes.
mean? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, it's a little schmaltzy, but
It
in the best way
is.
possible.
It is. I mean, like, there's a great line I know you were thinking about for a bit. It has nothing to do with Alfred, but like just Alfred's incredible patience.
Yes.
He's making this cake, which it turns out he's making the wedding cake.
Yeah.
And like Lizzie is just, word vomiting all
Yes,
over him.
she's
Just
rolfing everywhere.
Just all the things. Like, my superhero name is this, blah, blah, blah. And I can't stay and talk because I gotta go. But like she's just watching him make this cake,
Yeah.
and like that moment where it's like word balloon and then like a little word balloon attached to it. It's just all one thought in a sense. Or she's like, and also Alfred, and Alfred is that cake. Which I know you thought that was so
I did.
cute.
It really hit me.
Yeah.
And also Alfred is that cake.
Yeah. Like and can I have some?
And can I have some? So cute.
Yes.
So great. I'm glad that Ortega insisted on, extending this concept that was really just basically backups in the main Wonder Woman book into its own book. I hope it's doing well.
It's also interesting. Hear me out on this one. Okay, so she's having this experience here. Do you think she's going to have a Superman experience? Because she's called Trinity.
Yeah. That would make sense.
Right?
I don't know.
Like, wouldn't that be she's,
Right?
like daughter of Wonder Woman, like goes through this like these like crazy adventures at such a young age. So now she's had like interaction with Alfred. She had interaction with Selena.
Yep.
That moment where like it was over the top and unnecessary with the lipstick that she's using. I'm not saying there are cosmetics that out there that are like unbelievably priced. Like, where there's like what?
It was insane.
But like her like being like, you should put some on. Like, let's do it.
Yeah. She's like, okay.
No, she's like, I can't. No.
No.
Okay.
Well,
Let's do it.
Yep.
Yeah. And like just
if you're a princess, you need a crown.
Yeah, just doing all these things. So it's like now like part of her interactions are now
informed by
the Bat family. Will they also be informed by the Superman family? I don't know.
I don't either.
Right, because they have the other corgi is super based.
Yes, that's right.
Right?
It'd be great if they went to the death of Superman.
They'll just go to Supergirl of tomorrow.
Oh my god. That's a fun idea. Yeah. What a weird idea. Where would they go? It's just her and Ruth running into Ruth Eye.
Being like, you're not fun.
You are weird and you talk more than I do.
And do you have cake?
And do you have cake? Because now I'm a fiend for cake.
I just love cake.
I don't blame them. Yeah.
Cute. That moment in the cave I thought was really sweet because it's like obviously a lot of people, including yourself, has accused Tom King's Batman of being a humorless dick.
Yes, he's a robot. And in this,
and in the start of it, like it's almost like he's making fun of that. Like King is making fun of that.
Mm-hmm.
So at the end, when they end up in the cave, I love the fact that they remembered Ace the Bat Hound. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
And just that like whole
that
whole element of it. And like the like somewhat destruction of the cave.
Yeah.
And just like Lizzie being herself, not being able to help it, just being like, wow, that's a real big penny. Like that's all she can think about is that like you have a really big penny.
Yeah.
Like that's weird.
Yeah. But I associate the penny with being tiny.
Mm-hmm.
So cute.
Yeah. And how it Alfred immediately is like, ha ha ha, like Selena can't help it, and then eventually like
Bruce breaks as well.
Yeah, it's just the whole thing is sweet. Him holding her at the end.
Yep.
Oh,
I know.
Ugh. Ugh. Good stuff.
Yep.
Good stuff though.
Totally. Yep. Worth checking out. If you haven't already.
I agree. I think it's sweet. So but again, like if that's not your idea of Alfred, then this probably won't be something that appeals to you.
Yes.
This is very much my idea of Alfred, so it definitely appeals to me.
That's fair. Yeah. I read this. I won't spend a lot of time on it, but I checked out Ultimate Spider-Man Incursion, number 4. Miles bouncing around the Ultimate Universe, this time for what he says is months. He takes Maystorm with him to Russia.
What?
Yep. She goes to Russia with him for weeks because they don't care what's happening in the X-Men book. Obviously, this is written as usual by Cody Ziegler and Dennis Camp with art by Jonas Scharf. it's just an excuse for like this kind of like underlying potential budding inter-universe romance to tease, though Miles is in a relationship, so it doesn't work out.
With Maystorm?
Yeah.
Isn't she?
I don't know. They don't know. No one's editing the books. Miles and May fight magic, and they like Saturday morning cartoon this, like they're at the place where the baby is and they try to get her, but someone else gets her and they teleport out of there, and so they can't get the baby. So we get to this thing, and then they reveal like what they actually think is going on here, which is that the baby might have energy that can open the shield that keeps the maker locked within. And so now they're outside of the city with the baby, and maybe it'll matter. They seem to imply that like, you wouldn't have wanted to waste your money on like a really weird book for it all to have just been kind of like a whoops and then move on. But
right, I guess the question is, how old is Miles?
He's got to be 17, maybe.
I don't know what year she is in high school, so Marvel might want to put a number on that.
All I know is the book looked fine. It was a fun fight sequence between Magic and Miles. Miles used his energy sword that I don't understand, and it's just kind of like a weird book that like tells on itself. Like Miles is like, there's a weird universe, and I don't know if I don't know if it's gonna be around a long time. Like it's just like, okay. Cute interactions, I suppose, between Miles and May. Just a couple of teenagers hanging out for a few minutes, like in Russia of all places. Like they find a abandoned cabin and they like hang out there.
Sure.
She creates like warm winds for them to sleep comfortably. And, I'm sorry, it's just a very bad book. But anyway, it was. But it might matter, which is why I was even tempted to read it. I was like, I heard that we're getting closer to the thing. The big moment that might kill this universe. What's going on here? Yeah. What do you got?
I don't know.
I don't recommend it.
Oh.
Wolverine. You read Wolverine. I didn't get a chance to read. Speaking of the Ultimate Universe, you got to read Ultimate Wolverine. That's a good book.
I did. And it is a good book. This is fun. It's this is fun.
I just missed it. I just didn't have a chance to read it. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. I'm just trying to find it's was it Chris Condon and Alessandro Cappuccio?
That's
I didn't
correct.
even need the credits page.
No,
People didn't even need
it.
The credits page.
I know.
Yeah, we get like what's the team gonna do? Well, now Mikhail Rasputin is involved, and we are going to go and okay, so there's a moment in this where I was just like, oh my gosh, are they doing this? And it's like, no, we're not doing this.
I hate that because like that happens a lot.
Yeah.
Lately in comics.
The thing that I thought was gonna happen, actually, I'm glad it didn't, because it was kind of like,
you're like, oh no.
I was like, what?
No.
No, they're doing something else. So essentially, like, he finds out that there's like a facility in which they have like they're making different Sentinel weapons, and one of the weapons that they're trying to work on is to like overlay. They say like, I think the words that Rasputin uses is that like they're trying to overlay like mutant flesh. Yeah, they're trying to find a way to meld a mutant to a Sentinel unit. My thought was Terminators.
Oh yeah. I was thinking, what's it called? Like Omega Sentinel or something like that.
Yeah, my brain was like, they're making Terminators.
They're making Terminators
to infiltrate.
Yeah. Oh,
that was what I thought they were doing.
That's a great idea.
I immediately went for it, and like, no, it's just Sentinels with like pieces of like other mutants, like Cyclops' head melded to a Sentinel's like tummy.
Oh.
So he can Care Bear stereo.
Right.
But it's like Death Care Bear stereo.
It's kind of like during Krakoa when they stole the mutant bodies and wore them as like camouflage so they could sneak into Krakoa. Remember that?
Yeah, kind of. Except he's just in there.
But he's just in there. Is he alive? Is
I don't know. No, I don't. I guess we don't know. He doesn't say anything.
Okay, good.
But his powers work, so some part of him must be imprinted
onto this robot.
Very. It's not even some part. It's very obvious.
It's his head.
But he's like, we need to get in there. It's like, because clearly this place is like, it's a trap. The whole thing. But like we need to get in there and try to save as like any mutants that are in there.
Right.
You know, it's just save who we can. Obviously, many of them are already gone. It's a hot mess. Like I designed this place basically. There's like
Right.
a gamma core. It could like we'll have 5 minutes after the alarm goes off to get out of there before it's a problem.
Yeah.
All this stuff, right? So they launch a like daring escape or a daring like heist,
Okay.
you know,
Yeah.
breakout
Right.
type thing.
Yeah. Jailbreak.
Jailbreak is probably the word I wanted. And I think what they're doing is that like the one or Legion is going to like attach himself to a sentinel
Okay.
like big thing
Yeah.
so that he can help
Actually
them and
move
also
around.
and like do his thing. So that going on, but like Wolverine runs into the doctor who caused him all this problem and like goes after him. Also, what during a fight, Wolverine almost gets like knocked off of a building by the Cyclops Sentinel, but he's caught by seemingly the it's seemingly by like the one, but it's really hard to tell how big the Sentinel is because like he's supposed to be big. I don't know. It was different. I was like, what's happening here? Because initially it almost looked like Omega Red's tendril, but it's got like a claw at the end, like a little like a grabby, like a one of those horrible machines.
Yes.
Luckily, it doesn't actually let go of Wolverine, as it's moving towards
like a claw machine. Yeah.
But it's amazing because like the doctor sees him, like kind of wants to go and see if she can like fix and like bring Winter Soldier back, and they're like, there's another doctor there's like, we have to leave.
Yeah. What are you doing?
I don't know if you know, we have to go.
Yeah.
Even if it's not because of him, we have to. There's a gamma core.
Yep.
There's a whole bunch of mutants in here. We are leave. I have no powers. Do you have powers?
Yeah, exactly. Your powers is wearing probably a lab coat.
Yeah. And so like Wolverine definitely goes for it. She like is like, ooh, okay. Shows back up. Like Rasputin's like, where is Wolverine? Because everybody else has been saving people. And it's funny because Sabretooth's like, I don't know, he's probably chasing a squirrel, and he shows up and he's like, yeah, it's something like that. Because he doesn't get her. They make an escape because the Sentinel pushes him away.
Right.
But yeah, the place explodes.
Okay.
And off they go. So like this was really just an action-packed issue. Displaying Wolverine's like commitment to getting this person.
Yeah.
And
but
also
he did
he did nothing else to help. He did nothing. He did nothing to help.
Sure.
He just went. Right. He just went. I mean, I guess because he did that, the two Sentinels that had like mutant parts went after him
instead. Yeah.
So maybe that was helpful.
Okay, that is helpful in its own way. Sure.
But like it's just like obviously as we introduced like other mutants and that fact that like Mikhail Rasputin is there and I have all this appeal and there's like an underground like fighting force, resistance going on. It's almost like, well, this is becoming an X-Men book, and this is like, yes, but it's a Wolverine book.
But it is
so
about
what's
him
Wolverine doing, and how's he going to get that doctor?
Yeah.
So interesting stuff.
Cool. Well, good for that.
Also, no sign of Magic or Miles or
no other book
or Maystorm, the 3 M's, as you will.
I mean, the reality is no one is going to reference that book except for the next book that's written by Dennis Camp. Like,
sure,
that's just it.
Wolverine and what he doing is exactly what we were worried about.
Doing? Yeah.
This freaking cover is amazing.
Yeah, Batman Dark Patterns continues to be the best Bat book on the shelves. It is so great. It's also paying off. I realized when I was reading this, oh no, Batman Dark Patterns number 10, Dan Waters, Hayden Sherman. I was worried that I was like, what? This is the 3rd chapter. So we're ending Dark Patterns with this arc.
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna read it with great interest and then cover it on back issues in 3 parts probably. This is it's a culmination. There's literally a sequence where like it opens with the 3 antagonists from each of the stories as straw men being lit on fire. So kind of like, we played with Scarface. Let's play with Firefly because no one uses this character. And so he's kind of like the Hannibal Lecter character. I feel
like Firefly is always like in this. Everyone's like,
well, yeah, it's like he sets fires.
Yeah.
Because he like hates, at least in Nightfall, he would set fires to places that foster parents that he had over the years would take him before they dumped him.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. Like, that's like a Law and Order episode. This is fires are being set by a better Firefly, like a different character who's he's like, you don't get to own fire, okay? And so they catch, Firefly's actually in custody already, and so they're like asking him, interesting questions, and he's being contacted by these other arsonists.
Mm-hmm.
And the arsonist is like the main antagonist of the story that's like led Batman down this path for Dark Patterns.
Right.
Batman,
sorry, is this the third or the fourth arc?
Right, that's right. Well, it's issue 10.
So this
3
is the
issues
start
apart.
of the fourth.
So it's the start of the fourth arc.
So he ended. So you were excited because the third arc, or you were concerned because the third arc ended.
Yes, the third arc is over.
Gotcha.
This is the beginning of the fourth arc.
Got
Sorry. Yeah, because we see 3 antagonists.
Yeah.
Like kind of showcased in the beginning of this. Batman took a bullet to the back in the previous issue.
You don't want to do that.
So he he's just been kind of like laid out. He has a fever, and it's young Batman. So like this kind of thing, he didn't like outthink the fever. So he's kind of like laid out, and Alfred's just kind of taking care of him, and things are going to hell. Gordon's got to deal with it. So it's young Jim. He's commissioner though, and he's dealing with it by himself until eventually he gets, too much for him, and then Batman emerges and rescues him, and then, and then he's like, "Okay, Jim, I got you. All right, let's get out of here." And he's like, "Dude, you are falling apart, man. I appreciate the save, but like, you got to get out of here."
Also,
like,
I don't want to get sick.
No,
Go home.
Don't call on me. That's the only part of your body that is exposed.
Don't bring your drips to the office.
6 feet. But yeah, I appreciate it. It's just it's nice to see those two interacting. It's nice to see Alfred again. It's all a welcome sight, but it's also such a not subversive in as much as it is subversive in as much as it shows you something that you think you're gonna get, and then it gives you it in a satisfying way, which apparently in comics today is very subversive. It's just a delightful read. Sherman's art is great, and it's amazing because he's done other work since then. Absolute Wonder Woman, for example,
Mm-hmm.
and in neither book is there a dip in quality. When he needs the break, I'm sorry, when they need a break, they take the break.
Yeah,
and it doesn't disrupt anything. Like we got that beautiful, what was it, 2 or 3 issue arc from Absolute Wonder Woman?
Yeah,
no breaks.
The tiger
with the tiger, obviously between the 2 tigers. We don't get any breaks. Like it's been the Sherman show for Dark Patterns the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
And I imagine since it's like an out of it's a prequel, doesn't necessarily take place in current continuity prestige book, like Sherman needs more time. Take a week, take a month. I don't care. No one will remember that it was delayed, and they're right. But I haven't really experienced any delays. It's more like just a welcome surprise. I'm like, oh right, Dark Patterns, yay!
Yeah.
So actually, I haven't tracked whether it's been delayed, but I will say that there's been no dip in quality.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen books where it's like, I'm glad that they stayed, but I wish that they didn't adhere to deadlines. Similar to like how, even though Doomsday Clock was clearly like the plan, it was delayed in a profound way, and yet Gary Frank's art is so good that I guess it was worth never letting that matter.
Yeah,
because it's just such a great looking book. It's just at the end of the day, it is also a sequel to Watchmen with the Joker in it. So will it ever matter? And the answer is no. But we're not here to talk about Doomsday Clock. We spent 3 hours doing that on our sister show Back Issue, so go check that out.
That is correct.
It's actually one of our most popular videos ever on that channel. It is the most popular video. But
amazing.
Anyway, Dark Patterns is great. Worth it for the art alone, but the story by Dan Waters is great.
Yeah, fantastic.
Fantastic Batman stuff. You need to be reading the series.
It's Bat-tastic.
10 issues. Go pick up every issue. You'll love it. But if you're looking for a new arc, now's the time. Issue 10. You will be confused because it's just going to reference crap that happened in the last 3 arcs. And you're going to go, what? But it really doesn't matter because it only like tangentially references them. This is like a 4-act structure, but they feed into each other, but they don't need each other. So it's good stuff. It's basically just, what if Dan Waters wrote Shadow of the Bat for, let's call it like 15 issues or something.
Mm-hmm.
But pick it up. What else we got? What do you got?
I don't know. You want to talk about Imperial War?
Why not? You read it. I didn't. But is this the Nova one?
Yeah, it's Imperial War Nova Centurion, written by Jed McKay and Jonathan Hickman.
Oh my God, what?
With art by Matteo Della Fonte.
Sweet.
Man, if you're gonna read one, this was the one.
Yeah,
it turns out this was the one to read. Jed McKay brings us a whole bunch of information about Nova. We're focusing on the Nova Star-Lord Shuri grouping as they go to find the World Mind backup.
Yes.
Essentially.
Yes.
That has like X amount of power before it'll be not
Gone.
on anymore.
Yeah.
And Yo, we get like a lot about where Richard Rider's mind is right now.
Okay.
We see a lot of things that Jed McKay gets to like be like, hey, don't forget this happened in like Nova 2017 without it having to like making sense though.
Yes.
Because
That's something that McKay is really good at.
Yes.
Among other things.
Right. And so we like for a second we see the corrupted world mind from the Cancerverse. Ryder has a lot of like trauma about that. We get to see like once the world mind gets connected, because that's really what he struggles with initially, is like actually make the connection. The world mind's like he sees the Cancerverse world mind corrupted one, right? And it's like, and it's like talking to him and everybody like, you have to calm down. And he's like, what is happening? And he's just like, the world mind is like, you're resisting me for some reason. And you have to like, let me make the connection. I'm not like, you're seeing wrong things. Like your mind is making crap up.
Okay.
And so inevitably like they make the connection. And like where they go is like it's like sets like a place for them to be able to have a discourse essentially, and it's just a massive like endless like graveyard in the snow. Right, and at one point like he's like, but why is it a graveyard? Like why did you make it that? And like the world mind's like, I am not a true world. Like, it's not a real. It's like not a true world mind. Like a real world mind could like utilize the like Nova power to power itself, but it's like I can't do that because I'm supposed to be here to support
the actual one.
Yeah, like
but
I'm
lost.
Yeah,
so that's
so
yeah.
No, but it's like so like I can't create this. I had to use your brain. This is what this is what you think of the Nova Core.
Wow.
And he's like,
oh, okay.
That's
awesome.
Sorry, I asked. Oops.
That's great.
Yeah. And so essentially he asks like who's behind all of this. Also, by the way, I don't know if Jed McKay is like a big fan of Silent Hill. But like he puts his finger out for the snow, he goes to taste it and he's like, it's ash.
Yay.
I mean, it's other people have done
you could
the
do
iconography. Everything goes, all roads lead to Silent Hill.
Well,
for
in your
me.
mind, yes.
In my
your world mind, yes.
In my world mind, you don't want to go into my world mind. It's not good.
I mean, it's
there'd be pockets that are okay.
Yeah,
be fine, be all right. There's like some cat areas. What?
Yeah, nothing. I was just thinking of your Silent Hill game.
Oh, anyway,
what you would be, how it's like, it would be like this. It would be kind of, it would be similar to being in Silent Hill, but like occasionally there'd like be a stray.
Oh yeah, just cats.
Yeah, and like they're friendly and they usually like lead you someplace you need to go.
Yeah,
that's the game. That's
exactly.
How the game mechanics work.
Yes, I love it.
Right.
But essentially, like the world mind helps him figure it out. Where he's just like, think. Like this, like, why is it like all of these like superpowers are together? Like, who's missing? What's going on? Right. And that's when he's just like, it's the Inhumans.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yay.
Which we knew.
Yeah. Which we set up already.
Which we already knew. Right.
Right. But they didn't.
Yeah. And like, there's this great panel of like him just screaming like to the world. He's like, I need proof. We have to have proof.
Yeah.
And World One's like, I know what you know.
Yeah.
What? Like that's all we got. And so he comes out of it, and like essentially, like time moves super slowly for everybody else, and so he's figured all this thing. He's like, I know who did it. It's this. He's talking to Star-Lord. Star-Lord's like, I don't know. It's kind of a deep cut, which I love. Star-Lord like fourth wall breaks for a second, like bit of a deep cut, don't you think? Like the Inhumans,
right?
Really?
Yeah, why not? Bring them back. They've been gone for a while since Donny Cates, was writing books.
Yeah, so like. Richard says it's because of the fact that like they took over the Kree Empire with one ship, and that like and then they were taken down themselves. So like he's like I'm pretty sure they want some sort of vengeance essentially. Sure he's not saying anything. And like when asked about that, she's like, because I agree. Like it's definitely the Inhumans. Because like she's like, out of all the people who could have moved against you all in the guise of the like Wakandans without my brother knowing, they're like top of the list of people who could do it. Like she points out the fact that it's like we're all like we're royal families. Yeah, like you're part of a royal family. Yeah. Richard, we're a part of a royal family, right? Like who better to play an Imperial game than the Inhumans, right? And so in Death, like they mentioned Death of Inhumans. McKay mentions Death of Inhumans, where like the Kree clap back to them basically. And so they assume that they're going to go and try and take back Hala. And so then we cut in, there's like a news like video broadcast thing where it's like, no, it's a video, and it's Medusa standing there where like
we're taking back Hala. There's
a bunch of Inhumans fighting in the background. They're fighting Skrulls, and she's like, hi, it's me, Medusa. I speak on behalf of Black Bolt. It's all good. Yeah, so don't worry. Kree. We see that you know, the Skrulls are attacking you. So no, we're here to help you. It's all good. It's fine. Don't worry. Like, we're here to save you.
Right.
People of Kree. We're here. And I'm
Yeah.
like, what game are you playing, Inhumans? So it's like, if you are interested in this whole thing,
Right.
you might want to read this book just because it kind of fills in. Probably not necessarily. Like, I'm sure they'll.
No, but it's cool, especially if you're an Inhuman fan. But if you're paying attention and if you're
This
invested
one
in the
had a
Imperial
little bit
lore.
more like direct tie-in to it, where
Yes.
especially it says like to be continued, as in like I
in
don't know.
this book.
I don't know if there's another one of these. Like,
No, but, like-
Exiles was launching its own series.
Yes.
She-Hulk was just kind of
A
fun.
thing.
Black Panther gave us some information, but this one was like, hey,
Yeah.
this is just following up on the stuff you learned in the last
Right,
issue
right,
of
right.
the main series. You're gonna watch these three learn about it too.
Cool.
Also, the art looks really good.
Mhm,
I like it. Coloring's really nice, and you know, it's Jed McKay. You know, I'm a fan, and I know, like, for some folks who maybe have read more modern McKay that isn't just Moon Knight. You know, if you're reading Avengers, you're reading X-Men. For some folks, that's just not his thing, right? They don't necessarily love that. When he's writing smaller teams, more obscure characters, I feel like that's where he really shines.
Yes.
And I don't know if it's just maybe he feels less pressure because he's just like, no, I know these voices, or like more people are just gonna be excited
Or
that
he
they're
has less
there.
scrutiny. You know?
Yeah, and maybe that's what it is too.
Fair.
But
yeah, I'm glad it's working because it seems like a really fun idea. Speaking of books that are happening at Marvel that are big deals, One World Under Doom #7 from Ryan North and R.B. Silva sees the fallout from the revelation that Doom is using his populace to power his power. You know, obviously, the people in today's world, people are either falling in line with Doom anyway because they're awful, or they don't believe it's real. So the heroes are back to square one, as they have been for this entire series. Richards obviously comes up with a ridiculous,
ridiculously circuitous scheme.
Yes, to defeat Victor in a moment where in a move that I thought, how will Tiffany feel about this? Scientist Supreme is a real thing that has existed at least for the last 15 years. Dan Slott, I believe, invented it, but I don't recall off the top of my head. I know Hank Pym is supposed to be Scientist Supreme, but Richards is way better. Because as we all know, Reed Richards knows more about pin particles than he does. But yeah, so Richards learned. There was a book we did on back issues recently in which Doom makes a deal with some demons to have become as good a sorcerer as he is a scientist. And so as a result, he becomes exponentially more powerful through magic. And the punishment that he unleashes on Richards is that he locks him in his library, knowing that Richards can never, if he's given 1,000,000 years, become a sorcerer. And it takes Doctor Strange astral projecting to Richards to help him understand how to carry out even the most basic of spells, after which he no longer does it because he admits he's not good at it. This book just goes, no. He figures it out and breaks down magic to a mathematical property that he figures out, and somehow manages to also equate that to being Scientist Supreme. Those are two completely separate concepts.
Yeah,
it does not work.
Nope. I got to tell you, I have been loving this.
You've been loving this series.
The second half of this book, I completely lost me. I was so mad.
Yeah.
I'm at, obviously some of this book mirroring our world right now wasn't like putting me in the best headspace to begin with. But seeing that, I was so mad about so many things about what that suggested.
Yeah.
That it's just, who cares? I'm just so amazing. I was like, wow, you're really not winning any fans here, Reed Richards. Like, I'm just like thinking even more that you're an asshole. Like, that's all that you are. You're just an asshole. And when he's just like, it's not about being special, I'm like, you're just cutting everybody down. You know, science is for everyone. Actually, no, it's not. Reed, okay? Because what about people who are less than, who don't have money, who don't have the ability or the time to find out that they're good at it?
Right.
Huh?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Were you not talking about money? Were you not talking about special schools or whatever? Because it's very different. So shut up. I was so done with him.
Right. And it would be one thing if they had just had him embrace being Scientist Supreme and have it be a science versus magic fight.
Right.
That would be really kind of fun.
Yeah.
Instead, it's I figured out magic in direct opposition to one of the most popular recent books, or when I say recent, I mean modern Marvel Fantastic Four Doctor Doom versus Reed Richards stories. It also, Silva's art is normally pretty solid. This issue in particular, the faces were like, I don't want to call them rotoscoped. You know, it's just like they were clearly like I'll be charitable and say they're references.
You know, it's funny. I was so annoyed at what was happening.
Yeah.
I didn't pay attention.
The issues I've had,
which is like really a problem. Like,
yeah.
if I'm not paying attention to the art,
yeah, just you made an error. The art is like, again, any of the action sequences are great. The dinosaurs look great. You know, it's just like everything looks great. The faces are glaring, and it has always been a problem. So it's actually a consistent criticism of mine. But this one in particular was like, it's because a lot of faces were like up close and personal, and it was a lot of like tight close-ups on nobody.
Yeah,
on Georges, just nonstop, like just a cavalcade of Georges who are moving the car constantly. And I'm like, I don't care about this character. I don't want to hear what they have to say. And they look like you just either Google image searched a random person or you took a photograph and you just like put a Photoshop filter over it. Like I can't get through it. I'm sorry. There's a Marvel comic book for a major event that's happening, and it's just kind of like, I also feel like it's spinning its wheels. This is we've already had the previous issue had like a whoa, Reed Richards did a thing and Doom what, and then we just did it again, and I'm like, it's another problem where it's like, did Hickman break Marvel? Like the end of Secret Wars is so satisfying, and it's so like triumphant. And maybe because it's like, it was 2015, Marvel was actively suppressing and harming the Fantastic Four brand. And yet Hickman managed to break through and make Richards the hero. That was really cool and very satisfying. And it was earned because it was the culmination of his entire like thumbprint on that brand and universe.
Yep.
And those characters specifically. This is just like, and again, but with kind of something that was pulled right out of someone's ass. Like it just random bullshit go.
Yeah, it definitely feels like that. Obviously, you know, the entire impetus of the unraveling of Doom comes at like the idea that his magic has a cost.
Right.
So
does yours?
Does yours doesn't?
Right. Like,
because you're like, you've become a Mary Sue.
Right. Because
I mean, luckily it ends up not working.
Right. It doesn't work, but like.
But it's like that moment is so like, that really took me out.
It breaks magic forever at Marvel.
In a way, yeah.
Until they like reveal that that's not true, that it was all fake, or that like it was a projection by Doctor Strange or something.
Sure.
Like, but it breaks it because now like Amadeus Cho can be Sorcerer Supreme. There is actually going to be an upcoming event who will be Sorcerer Supreme. There's like a row of people, none of whom are Doctor Strange. I'm like, I don't understand Marvel's like reticence to just have things be what they are, or to like allow things to be. They're like, look, Doctor Strange doesn't sell over 100,000 units every month, so it must be a garbage brand. It's like, or you haven't been doing a very strong job with that character, and it's a weird market where like breathing is monetized, like everything is competing. You know, as I cited the point of like 2 million units sold for Gen 13. 35 years ago, during the biggest like inflated, oversaturated market in history. It's not real. It's never going to be like that. Absolute Batman #1 sold 250,000 copies. 250. That's it.
I think it's a big number.
It's a great number, and it's
something
that DC was celebrating, but like, you know, it's not huge.
Yeah. You know, the problem is also with introducing another Sorcerer Supreme is that you're just creating a situation.
You're diminishing the other character too.
Well, you're diminishing the other character, but you're also creating an instance in which what'll end up happening is this isn't selling. We better bring Steve back. And so then that character
is diminished. Like, or is less than. I cite Dr. Voodoo.
Yeah. Where it's like, it's completely unnecessary to like undermine a character like that.
Yeah.
Who could just have
their own book.
Have their own book or have a presence elsewhere and be as strong and not like be just a holding place for something that other like people actually want.
That someone should be in. Yeah, exactly.
Or like The issue is right now for me,
Okay.
if anybody over there remembered that the Vishanti,
just saying the Vishanti, like, as opposed to it just being a spell they think it is.
yeah, was supposed to be the person who bestows upon the Sorcerer Supreme their power, you would think they might roll up and be like, "That ain't for you.
Right.
That's not yours."
We settled this for you, Doom. You're never going to be that.
I don't know. Like I have really been enjoying this book. I enjoyed the idea of like creating a situation where the heroes had to question themselves, and that, like, you know, Doom might come off as like, you know, with the ability to help, but obviously in all the wrong ways.
Exactly.
Right.
And other books have done a really good job.
What
of
an
doing
actual like interesting concept. This is indicating to me the heroes will learn nothing,
Yes.
especially not Reed.
that. Well, Reed learned a lot. He learned how to be a Sorcerer Supreme.
I am like Reed. I am right in the same place as I was when it comes to you. Like, I don't care for you.
Yeah.
And I just don't like you as a character.
Right.
Like,
well, in this case, it's weird because North is writing the Fantastic Four series and has done so to much acclaim, and it's just a fundamental shift for the character that, like, seemingly is just done for fun, but like has larger implications than I think they're.
Yeah, and now he can be a Marvel rival skin.
Right. Yeah, is Scientist Supreme Reed Richards, which you do that, but like Scientist Supreme is a different thing. It's a different thing.
He honestly acts like he's like, it wasn't even that hard.
I know, yeah.
And I'm like,
well, he's doing that to razzle Doom.
Yeah, but you're also like, anyone else whose like favorite characters are magic based, you just said like,
yeah, what are you, yeah, the hard work you put in is not really that hard.
Just saying, you're not me. You know, admittedly, Reed, your brain is like created a, like, clearly it's different. Like, you just have like a different learning potential than everyone else. So are you not special?
Right.
Like, oh, or do you?
Well, I'm biologically different. So anyway, I don't know if you read this, but I read Punisher Red Band #1.
I didn't even know.
This was polybagged. It's
it was polybagged.
Yeah.
Wow.
To prevent people from seeing the Red Band stuff.
Oh, okay.
But then again, so was Batman #1.
Was the Red Band like worth it? Was it super band?
There's only one. I think there's only one version, and it's just this. It's why like people are calling it Punisher Red Band. It's just called the Punisher #1. It's written by Ben Percy with art by Julius Ota. If you recall, in the previous run from Jason Aaron, Punisher had cast off the mantle of Punisher, become Frank Castle, and was like kind of self-exiled in Weird World.
Okay. Seems like a good fit for him in a way.
F that. What if this was just a book that was ripped right out of 1994?
Oh.
What if it was just a Punisher book where Punisher is just viciously murdering criminals, and he's wearing the same outfit that he was always wearing since before, like the revamp. Like, so, let's say like Garth Ennis.
Do they even say like?
No, there's no reference to Weird World whatsoever.
Is there another Punisher running around in Weird World then?
Who knows?
Okay.
Who cares? Certainly not Ben Percy. The twist is so lame.
He just wants to put him in the city so he can fight a Yautja.
Yeah, he's gonna fight the Yautja. I mean, I've been waiting for a Punisher versus Predator fight. I've been pitching that forever. Ben Percy writing a Punisher book. Let's get this Yautja fight going. I fear that he's only going to get murdered by a Yautja in the Marvel Universe Get Killed by Predator series.
Yeah.
That's not even in continuity.
Yeah.
This is not a good comic book.
Wow.
Or rather, it is a very good comic book if you are reading this in 1996.
Okay.
Like, it looks great. I think Julius Ota's art is serviceable / fine. Like, it works in a nice way, but it's dark. But like in a good way, you know. Like, the art is like there's a lot of shadow and a lot of deep colors from Yen Nitro. The story, however, it's just not there. It's not cooked enough.
Interesting.
Like, it needed more time in the oven. This concept is just Kingpin's back because whatever. So Kingpin's back, and he's going to get revenge on the criminal element that kicked him out or something.
Where did he go?
Wherever. He left
Where do
during the
Kingpins
Zdarsky
go?
run. He just went away. He was off with Typhoid Mary. He comes back. I don't know where Mary is. Again, it's like, I don't want to write about that. so that's gone.
Okay.
They must have found and captured and programmed Frank Castle. Wilson Fisk somehow plucked Frank out of Weird World, or there's another book that Jason Aaron will write one day about Frank in Weird World, and you'll never, ever see that book. But in any case, Kingpin gets Frank, and he programs him. So now Punisher is an instrument of the Kingpin. And he's doing the same thing you want him to do, which is murder criminals viciously and in bloody, spectacular fashion. But at the keystroke / mouse click of the Kingpin. That's not strong enough of a justification. Either a new Punisher book that is red band is just the bloodiest, most gruesome, revenge porn kind of comic book you can ever make, or it has to have a really exciting, solid hook. This is neither. The action is fine and serviceable, and it does a nice job of like showcasing the brutality of the Punisher, and not in a condemning way. I suspect like the previous iteration, like the new Punisher that had shown up, was a reaction to the cultural stigma that's attached to Frank Castle. This is almost like a response to that, but also narratively trying to explain that, like, I think if we're going to give Percy credit, you know, naturally, like, violent people are programmed, you know, like they're not just cool and suddenly doing this thing. It comes from someplace.
Okay.
And in this case, it's like he's a puppet. I don't know. It's loose. It's not like, and again, the premise is just like, it's Punisher number 357. That's it. You know, it's another arc for the Punisher that you forgot about. Remember when the Kingpin controlled the Punisher for a little while? Like remember when Punisher was a tool where he became a mobster and killed other mobsters? Like that was an arc. That's as strong as this pitch.
Okay.
It's weird because it's like so weak. And you know, you got Kaketto on the covers, which is great, but it's not what the art looks like inside.
Right,
but again,
right.
the art's not inferior, it's just different. Very different. That's it. It's just like, it's a fine comic book.
Okay.
It's very fine.
Yeah.
But like in a world where they're like, you know, oh no, it needs to sell like, you know, as much as it can, like it's not going to sell great. And it doesn't justify its existence. You know, it's not culturally relevant. It's just middle of the road. It's a middle of the road comic.
Okay.
It's a shame. It's weird.
Fair.
Unless you're a like massive 90s, 80s Punisher fan, in which case this will read exactly like the ones that you already have copies of. Like that's the thing. It's not revolutionary. It's just another one. And it's so weird that they're doing it now. And it's like, I can imagine doing like another one if it was like an original graphic novel where it's like it's mature and it's like and it's like, you know, 80 pages.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just whoa, you know, just blood from the beginning. I'm surprised it's not all wet right now. You know, pick it up. This is just like, here's a series that's going to get canceled prematurely with a really underwhelming hook. You know, I would almost respect it better if it was just Frank is Frank again. You know, and he's just like, he doesn't remember who he is. In this, he's like, I have all the muscle memory and I know I got to kill, but I don't know who I am, what my name is. So he's also an amnesiac. I'm like, I don't care. Like, will Punisher get his memories back? I couldn't care less. It's just weird. It's weird that this exists.
That's a shame.
Yeah. You read this, and so did I, but I want you to talk more about it because while I was asked to read it, you picked it up of your own volition, which I think is more exciting.
I did pick it up of my own volition. This is Court.
Yes.
Children of the Round Table.
I can't believe how well it lined up. They were like, Children of the Round Court. Oh my God, we have to make this now.
Well, it should be Cot.
Yeah, it should be Court with a K. Or no, it's Children of the Round Table. Yeah.
Of the Round Table.
Oh, these and ands.
Well, you used of.
Well, yeah, that way it spells court.
I'm just saying.
Oh, I know.
This is written by Tom Taylor with art by Danielle DiNiccolo.
Mm-hmm.
DiNiccolo. I picked this up because yeah, I don't know. I just was like, why not? It was a later week for me. This is usually when I'm like, I'll try something. I have no idea what is going on in this universe. I don't know.
Oh no,
what this universe is.
Right, because it's like it's a DC comic book.
It is a DC comic with no anything related to DC at this moment.
No, it's not. It's not like it's an imprint. It's not called like the Young Animal Court. You know, it's just Court.
Court.
It's just
DC
Court. Went, haha, boom, nice try. Now we have one.
Yeah,
that's what it reads like.
I mean, it's youthful, and it definitely, I think, it's designed to be not necessarily all ages, because I don't know where this is going.
Right, but it
definitely it skews younger.
Absolutely.
And
it's the first issue. I don't think it's gonna like turn into I Hate Fairyland in issue 3. Like, I think that you can safely say, this is for kids. Like, it's a kids centric book. It certainly reads like Joe Dante Spielbergian kids adventure.
Yes. Okay. So the idea here is that like in Cornwall, England, there's seemingly a like group of people who are keeping the Sword in the Stone.
Right.
And it blasts off.
It just shoots out of nowhere.
Shoots out
of its like holdings.
Oh yeah, just kaboom gun. And they're like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
It's time.
It's time.
It's time. And then meet a bunch of young characters. One's name is Fel, the other one's Connor. They're playing soccer. These two are like rivals, but friends.
Mm-hmm. Friendly rivals, you might
friendly say. Rivals. Frenemies. No. We get an idea of like Fel's family, like single mom, dog, whole thing, right? Soccer club that they play for has like kings on the back of it. We're making a lot of indications here. Meet up with the rest of their friends. They're going on a quest.
Yep, they're making up their own quest.
They're gonna
like to get together and unplug and then just go on like a
so essentially
quest,
what it is like no phones. We go out there. There's Ash and Connor and Randall and Kelly and Kevin and Hanan.
Mm-hmm.
And they're gonna go out there. They're gonna go on an adventure. But before they do that, Connor brought a phone, so we gotta have drama about that. But then, oh my gosh, the rock lands. And before them is a sword in a stone. Connor and Fel immediately go to it. Connor tries to grab it. Nothing happens. Fel feels compelled, pulls it out. Oh boy.
She gets it.
And
she's the king of England now.
Presumably. And then a whole bunch of other weapons shoot out, and like sort of like Power Rangers, Magical Girl, all the other characters, they all have these weapons, and they're all attached to different knights of the Round Table. So like Lancelot and Gawain and
Parsifal, I think, gets one. It's just they all get one.
I didn't see Parsifal in there.
Parsifal.
I was like, excuse me, it was another P1 though.
Yes.
And like they have these like fun over the top weapons that are crazy looking, and oh boy, what's gonna happen? Oh, but the one kid gets a stick, and I'm like, gotcha, Merlin.
Gotcha, Donatello.
You're the Merlin of the group, and that's fine with me.
Yes.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, if you're old, you remember the
Palamedes.
Palamedes. You might remember an animated series from Saturday morning called King Arthur and the Knights of Justice, which is just this but American. But they're older in that one. But no, it's really not this. It's they're football players who get sent. They're high school football players who get sent back in time, and they're because King Arthur and the Knights are missing, and so they become the Knights of Justice.
Okay,
this is all right. Let's go for it. It's a YA, wish fantasy fulfillment story about a bunch of kids who become like the next protectors of England.
Knights of the Round, essentially. Yeah. It's very cute.
It's very cute.
Very cute. The weapons, obviously, they have like
they're very specific and toyetic.
Like Arthur Pendragon's like, I am one with this blade. Like each
of
the knights are like one with their weapons.
So they're gonna get like guidance.
So obviously there's drama too, because you got Lancelot, who's now being wielded by Connor, who is like the rival friend, right? So we already got some drama there, right? Mm-hmm. Watch out. Whoever's wielding Gawain, you're going to get tripped up by a green knight at some point. Uh-oh. Don't cut anybody's head off.
Yeah, don't do it.
But yeah, a lot of stuff. Obviously, they're like, oh, Mordred's coming. This is obviously, I mean, there is Arthurian lore within the DC universe.
Yes.
So it really just depends on what this version of Mordred looks like.
Yeah, I would assume that this is basically just an out of continuity, not DC related story, except for the fact that it's made by DC and
Right.
DC, because it's not like DC's like, oh no, we're not going to suddenly make a superfluous imprint. Like, we know how to do that. We're not going to do that. But they didn't. But I do feel like I got a real feeling that this is like its own thing. It's just like, Tom Taylor's under contract. He had a Boom Studios book. DC's like, we'll put it out. I don't care.
Okay, now here, you know how you referenced something earlier that was like, you remember this? Here's this thing I never watched, but was like, saw the imagery of it everywhere. And it's something that I'm like, I'm kind of disappointed in myself that I never watched or read.
Yeah.
Magic Knight Rayearth, because Fel to me looks like the redheaded girl from Magic Knight Rayearth.
I have no idea what that is.
It's a magical girl Bishoujo style anime where there's like 3 girls, one with blue hair who wears blue, one who wears green, but she's got blonde hair, and then the redhead one, right?
Oh, we see that.
That freaking, I was like, I think it's just an homage.
Yeah.
Because it has nothing to do with Arthurian lore, but they do have swords.
Yep.
They do have weapons. I don't know. Just in my head, that was immediately upon seeing her overall look, I was like, you look like that girl from that thing I know
anime
nothing
that
about.
I know nothing about. Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. Clamp made it. So it's a Clamp show. But yeah. So just made me think of it. I can't tell if that's just like a little wink and a nod type of thing. Because this does also have a little bit more of like a like manga energy to it.
Yeah,
I'm not
who's the
saying
artist on this one?
I said it earlier. Now I can't remember what it was. I did say it earlier, and now I can't remember what I said. Anyway, I'm not saying that it's like an American take on
manga. Anime.
I'm saying that it just has that type of energy for sure. Like absolutely. It just brings that type of energy. It's Danielle Di Niccolo.
Okay.
Remember, I went all over the place.
I
with
do
that
remember
last
that.
name.
Yes, I do remember that now. Yeah. No, I read it too, and it's cute and fun, and it has a lot of whimsy, and but I mean, it feels like a pitch, but it reads very well as a comic book. Again, it just doesn't read like a DC book, but it isn't. Oh. I understand it. It's very much a creator-owned book.
Yeah.
I was charged. Tom Taylor saw me on Twitter and was like, "Read this," and I'm like, "All right."
And I just picked it up because
you just read it because you were like
Arthurian lore. I like randomly sort of interested. Right. Here's what I think is what I'm hopeful for. Is that we get some costumes.
I think there's no
because
way
like I am really I'm like we need some magical girl, some Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. We need some transformations. They got these weapons. I want the costumes.
Yes, we
gotta have it. She's got the dog. I don't know. It's all coming together.
The dog can transform into a steed or a Cerberus or something.
Right. Or, like it makes me think of Uther and like his hounds. And anyway, there's a lot going on for me imagery wise. Yeah. I'm actually kind of interested in this, even though it's clearly not meant for me. I think it's skewed a little lower.
Right.
But that doesn't mean you still can't enjoy it. No. I'm just like, there are things that are said that I'm like, this is said because they want to make sure a younger audience knows what's happening.
Right.
So 100%. I'm not going to knock it for that, right? Because it's not geared for me. It's also not talking down.
No.
But it's like when there's like an adult that says like it's time for a new generation. I'm like, okay, I get it. I know where you're going with this, but you're saying this to someone who's maybe never read something like that. And that's what I had that thought while reading it where I was just like, sometimes things are written.
They're new.
To someone else. Like there's someone else that they've never seen that sentence. They never had a book talk to them like that. Now that happened, they're like,
they're gonna be like, maybe I could be part of that next generation.
Exactly. So
100%.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty cool.
I agree. I think it's really nice. And it's a nice little precedent. Like, hey, can DC make creator-owned books again without them having to have some kind of a weird theme or be pigeonholed into an imprint? Time will tell. I hope it's done.
Right.
I went ahead and read this because it's the first, last, and only book of its series. This is Red Hood from Gretchen Felker Martin and Jeffrey Spokes. This is in the news. It was it penetrated the zeitgeist. It was covered in everything because it got canceled after a while it came out. Like it dropped and then was immediately in there, and DC sent out solicitations being like, issues 2, 3, 4. There isn't this book is over. Your book is canceled. don't expect more. We'll even pay you for the rest of them.
What?
This book in particular has nothing about this book. Maybe a couple of things about this book, but it has everything to do with the fact that Gretchen Felker Martin can't help herself themselves. I don't know what their pronouns are, but I will say that Gretchen Felker Martin loves to tweet.
Oh.
And say inflammatory things.
Uh-oh.
And that's what got them fired and their book canceled. And so that's that.
Whoa.
They also had no reason, because they're a horror author. They're a horror novelist, so they've done a number of successful creative ventures before. They don't need comic books, and so they were happy to throw Marie J. Evans and everybody else under the bus about how they were yelled at over the phone and about how the whole thing came down. It was a very interesting read. Someone actually put out an interesting compliment article where they were like, apparently Gretchen Felker Martin is controversial and a problem. So here is a list of books that were not canceled and will still be continued to be put out by problematic people by DC Comics that are permissible. It's a very interesting cloud of conversation going on under this very quick response to their comments. They've said really, really messed up stuff on both sides of the political spectrum. When I say that, I mean, like, I'm not going to get into it.
Okay.
All I'll say
That's
is...
fine. It's up to you.
I don't agree.
It's up to you, the viewer, if you would like to learn more about
exactly.
this. This is not the place to learn about
It is
that.
not. It is not. Well, look, the reality is, like, you just Google it and you'll find it. And it'll be easily compartmentalized into an easy to read fashion.
This is all like, I sort of gotta live under a rock when it comes to these things. Like, I don't know.
The book was canceled
because I'm over here remembering Magic Knight Rayearth, the thing I never watched.
Exactly.
That's where my brain is at.
Yeah.
Apparently,
the book is canceled. This author will never work in comics again.
Oof.
So that was very interesting. Jeffrey Spokes is a fantastic artist who drew the shit out of this book, and it's a damn shame because it looks really good. It would have been delayed.
Okay.
The book
yep.
would have been delayed. It is a good-looking book. It is a top-tier book. I have every faith that Jeffrey Spokes will continue to work and that there will be no trouble for Jeffrey Spokes to get a complimentary series. Hopefully, this will only elevate their brand. In as much as, because people are talking about the book, maybe they'll be like, the art's pretty good. And I don't see Spokes saying anything fucked up. So how about that? Cool. The story in itself is actually spun out of Hattush. Jason,
I forgot that was even going.
It's heavily delayed, and it's not even over yet. But this book is like, and the fallout from Hattush. Here's a whole series, which is canceled now.
How many more issues of Hattush?
I think
left?
like 3. I don't remember.
That's a lot.
It's a lot. It's a lot. They should never have done it. Like, I was gonna say they shouldn't have announced it. They should never have done it. Or if they were gonna do it, they should have Earth One'd it and just been like, here's Hattush. It's a hardcover. And it was done when it was done. You're welcome.
Yeah.
And then we'll put out an absolute edition of Hush and Hattush so you can get it all. All the material. That would have been smart. This story is just like cops are being hypnotized into killing people or killing themselves, and Red Hood is checking into it, and Huntress is there too, and it's a grim, violent, depressing book about Jason feeling ostracized from the Bat family again. Decent Red Hood costume. I say it only because people have a real opinion about Jason's Red Hood costumes. They're like, sometimes it's really bad, other times it's fine. As far as I'm concerned,
right? I've
never seen a Red Hood costume I like, except for the one that he wore when he was blown up in Ethiopia. But it's actually a pretty okay start. I will say this: it was unedited. There's F-bombs, there's S-bombs, there's constant profanity laden throughout this book, and I didn't see any polybags or warning labels or anything, and it's just kind of wow. Jenny Sparks can't curse, but Red Hood can, and he's a Batman character.
As long as he's not Nude
or providing
naked.
oral sex, because the official word at DC Comics is that heroes don't do that. Which I think is
That's an interesting
it's an
thing to say out
it's an interesting
loud.
policy to have.
It's a weird policy to have at all.
It's a weird policy for anyone to have. But yeah, so Red Hood, it was actually a pretty strong issue, I think, though it was inflammatory, but no more than their comments, certainly. And I'll never wonder about this book again.
Okay. Oh, you're not a big Red Hood fan anyway.
I am not, but I didn't think it was a bad book.
Okay.
I was like, oh, pretty strong book.
Okay.
I never heard of the author either.
Sure.
So I was like, oh, let's see what they're all about. Oh, never mind.
Whoop.
Speaking of Bat characters, Absolute Batman.
Who's that?
Right?
No, I'm kidding.
Boom.
I'm
Absolute Batman 12.
kidding.
Scott Snyder.
I've heard of him.
Yes.
What's he up to? No.
Yeah, what is he up to? Nick Dragata on art. This is so we're just shotgunning the rest of this, right? Like we're just gonna hurry up and get through the rest of Batman's book. Like there is a clear declination, or not declination, but there's a clear divide between like the first 6 and the last 6 when it comes to the momentum and the tone, or at least I think the enthusiasm about this book. I think that I imagine that there are people who feel alienated by the last half that loved the first half. And I imagine there's some folk who are like, finally things are going, like things are getting going. You know, and I'm like, look, I didn't know that the Ultimate Universe was doomed to die or end or whatever they're thinking about doing without telling anybody, but also allowing leaks to occur. I do think that when they're creating an absolute universe that they have plans, I mean, especially when people thought that they were miniseries and Scott Kelly and so forth had to go out and be like, these are not miniseries. This book is going to go on for a long time. Please, for the love of God, don't cancel your pre-orders.
Right.
Because people thought, because it was like part 1 of 5 and it was like, oh, really? Like, oh, is it getting canceled? No, it's just, I'm telling you, so there's what's going to be broken up as. But, yeah, like I'm like, take your time, man. You won. It's the number 1 book. People love it. Let's take some time. I love the idea of Batman with friends, that the friends are the rogues. I know it'll end badly.
Yeah.
It didn't have to end badly a year later. And all at once. We just did this thing in Arc M where we're like, how about all the other characters he wasn't friends with? They're all characters too. Like boom, boom, boom. So Bane made everybody. Poison Ivy, Mr. Freeze. Mr. Freeze was a fluke.
Yeah. Yeah.
Somehow. But there's a bunch of characters in the Arc M thing that were just like, here's all of them. They're all made in Arc M. And the rest that weren't, well, Bane made those. He beat them so hard they became the Riddler. Like, I don't know. I will say that, I knew it was inevitable. And the inevitability is there, and I understood it, and I appreciate it. I'm like, yes, this is how Croc or Waylon and Bruce stop being friends.
Sure. Yeah, he becomes a big monster and can somehow still talk. How can he talk?
I don't know. But also, he wants to die, and since Bruce won't kill him,
I guess I'll become a villain.
I guess I'll hate you forever. Like, okay, what a weird and unnuanced decision.
If you're gonna be mad about him, be mad about the fact that he painted a target on you by being
like everyone else is, because they're all turning into mutilated monsters.
He didn't. He was because he had like special
he was
DNA
right,
or whatever.
Yeah,
the others were painted.
The others were like, well, you won't back down, so I'm gonna like twist Oswald into a friggin' pretzel person. Like it's grotesque and macabre, and I appreciate that Dragata did a great job with it. He's a perfect choice for the series overall. Like, he can nail these great little character moments between Gordon and Martha, or Bruce and his mother, or his friends when they're flashbacks. Beautiful sequences in the first 7 issues.
Yeah.
In fact. But also handles the horror in a great way. I've seen people be like, I like this Bane more than the other Bane. Like, this Bane is scary and interesting and powerful and intelligent and a strategist. Apparently the Venom makes him super smart too, which is how he's able to counter everyone's moves. And it will be satisfying when he's taken down. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, but he seems like Bane might as well be Darkseid at this point. I like the issue overall. I actually did enjoy the issue. I just wish it was not so like compressed. Like there's so like let's get it all in there. And then we have this hilarious sequence at the end where Alfred's like, all right, I'm in this now. You and me, buddy. Big, awesome splash page of us.
Yeah,
like,
I thought that was the end of the issue.
Me
I was
too.
like, cool.
We're going to keep going.
Okay, sure.
And yeah. That's actually a criticism for this entire series is that the book never knows when to stop.
Yeah.
Like I can count on probably one hand, but out of 12 issues, that's pretty high. The amount of issues of Absolute Batman where you could have pulled back 1 to 3 pages. Like you could have pulled those back. First issue, for example, of Absolute Batman. You didn't need the epilogue.
Yeah.
Like, you could pull back. You could restrain yourself a little bit and save it because, like, I understand that there's an urgency, but also you won. Again, like the pre-orders are there. The numbers are there. People are buying the book. They're not going to get scared off because it takes a little longer for Two-Face to turn into Two-Face.
Right.
But no, let's never spend more than like 6 collective panels in 12 issues on Harvey and then make him Two-Face.
Yep.
I like it. Again, like don't conflate my criticism with with my lack of enjoyment. I do like this series. I think it's competently made. I think it's above board. I think it's a really good look. I think it's a great looking series. And I think that Snyder, when he's going, is going great. You know, the dialogue is fantastic. The interactions between the interplay with the characters, where the direction of the story, I don't know where it's going. I like that. And I don't like things because I can't tell where they're going. I just like the fact that like I could probably tell where it's going, but I don't have to. I can shut my brain off and just be surprised. But I don't know. We're not slow down is what I'm saying.
Right. Yeah.
We don't have to be in such a damn hurry. You know?
Yeah. I mean,
that's all I'm saying.
Yeah. It's interesting because it's like, I don't know. Like, I was kind of hoping that we were going to not like it's a dark universe, and I understand we're doing it right, but it's like it's so Two-Face is the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Right. It just wasn't acid. It was fire.
It was fire. Yeah.
And now he only hates him half the time. I'm like,
you read the first issue again because there's every line he has.
I remember
it is a 2-punch.
Yeah. And I'm like, why?
Because he's gonna be Two-Face. You know, like
yeah. And what if he messed up? Like, what if Bane just did the wrong thing to the wrong person? Yeah. Like, is he an instrument of the universe? Like, is he an instrument of the universe to guide it to where it needs to be?
Venom taps into the dark multiverse.
Would you stop?
It's made of Batmanium.
Yeah, I see that. Edward is making a robot.
Well, yes,
or a body.
That's set up. Edward was building.
I don't remember him doing that.
I know it's.
So he's gonna put himself on this at some point.
He built it into himself.
Oh, it looked like I was like, yeah, I guess so. I figure he's gonna put himself on it at some point.
Yeah, I mean his brain is exposed.
I
mean, like, look, yes, it's a comic book. Okay, you can't make a Bane, so it's like, yeah, it's like could have Dark Knight. The wounds that Harvey has, he'd be dead of exposure in 2 days. But like Bane, like Riddler's brain is exposed.
So here's another question. So Bane attacks the friends.
Yes.
So he knows who he is.
Right.
So why doesn't he just get his mom?
Well, I'm saving that for last.
It's because you didn't have.
Because I don't have a villain analog for her to become. I mean, yeah. Let's just say I'm sure she's next.
Okay. Sure. Yes. And then of course we get.
Oh yeah, and then Catwoman's also in the book. Like, and by the way, that was the first time I realized, and it was because I reread all of the first volume, is because like she's wearing a party animals.
Yeah.
She's wearing the black mask.
Yeah.
Helmet.
I saw it. I thought of that immediately.
I didn't think of that at all because because on social media I've been thrown all the designs for Catwoman, and I just thought they were just going in another direction. But I was like, oh my god, she's a party animal.
Yep. Also, like Alfred just crap kick out of him. I'm like, what?
Yeah, but I love they're like, okay, they're in. Oh, it's just Catwoman. She just breaks in and just makes them look like morons. I'm like, are our heroes morons or are they heroes? It's a good book. It's just like, there's I wouldn't do that. But then again, one of them is an Eisner Award-winning writer, and I'm not.
Yeah,
and I wrote it back up to Terminator, and it's gone. So it's still good. I don't know where it's going. I would like to know, and I haven't really looked this up, but like I'd like to know how many issues this arc has.
Yeah,
That would help me.
And again, like I recognize that when I'm reading this, I'm just like, I'm not a big Bane fan, so I'm just like,
no, but like this is a different Bane. Don't you like this Bane more?
No,
like,
this Bane to me is exactly
the same, only more cruel.
Yeah. Oh, and Batman has venom in him.
Yes,
which they can't get out.
Like, to what end? He hasn't been Batman long enough for me to care that he did anything, and that's one of the things that I like pointed out in a video that's coming out is that like, or I didn't get a chance to talk about, where I'm like, I don't love the book because it's Batman. I read stuff for the main character. We've never seen the inside of Bruce's head. We never get an internal monologue for him. So we still have no idea like what he's thinking. And he seems to be just doing shit. Like, especially when you look back on the whole entire lifespan of the series.
Yes.
Like, he just does stuff. And people go like, Alfred in particular is like, oh my God, you can't do that because then this will happen. And then Batman does it anyway. And you're like, whoa, he didn't listen to fucking him, but also everyone's dead now, or all your friends are ruined. Like, you just look like a moron. Like you look like you don't know how to listen. It's just, I'd like to know more about Bruce.
Yeah, I understand.
Or at least what he's thinking. I'd like to see Bruce and get in his head.
Definitely get that.
I still haven't, and I'd like to get that. It's fine.
It's entirely fair.
Yeah, I'm sure. I look forward to seeing. I look forward to reading this book. I like it a lot, but I'm just like every time I'm just like whoa.
No, I understand.
That's all. It's my main criticism is just like whoa. We're already having a good time.
Yeah, let it breathe.
It's like someone who shows up to the party and he knows how to break dance, and I'm like, you did it already. Don't do it 3 more times. You're gonna hurt yourself. Like, no, have you seen my headstand? Like, you don't need to do a handstand. You already break danced. I think I could probably figure out how to moonwalk. Just stop.
You're good. Yeah.
You're already the life of the party. So, it's good. Good stuff.
Oh, okay. Someone in the chat said Scott told them at their LCS
Mm-hmm.
that Absolute Catwoman is the next title.
Oh.
And it'll be a John Wick style thing.
Oh, okay. I'm not really interested in that. But all right.
Is he gonna write it?
No.
Oh.
There's no way.
I don't know. Maybe he is.
Maybe he is. He's, how many books Scott Snyder's writing right now? 1. So
it has all of his attention.
So it has all of his attention. He could get away with it.
Okay.
And I guess, if Scott was writing it, I'd be like, okay, I'll read that. I will check that out. But I'm like, I much to the surprise of people like Matt Reeves, I'm not interested in these characters outside of the context that they're in. I don't want to watch. Like, I appreciate that the Penguin show is great. I'm not interested in watching a show about a villain from Batman without Batman in it.
Okay.
So, what's the book of the week? Obviously, it's Absolute Batman.
Mine's Trinity. I just missed Alfred a lot. Like, I really liked the portrayal of him in this. It's just I missed him. That's really just what it is. I missed him, and I recognize that that's just very subjective. I really do. But I think that's my book of the week. I mean, I liked Court too. I thought it was fun.
Court is fun. I like Batman Dark Patterns. It's the best Batman book on the shelves, bar none.
The cover. Freaking
yeah. Sherman has just been like, I get the assignment. Here you go.
Yes.
It's a Batman book you've always wanted to read and remember reading, but actually there aren't any. Like, oh yeah, no, I remember reading like my favorite Batman book. I think it's like Legends of the Dark Knight number. Oh, I don't remember. No, it doesn't exist. It's this.
No, it does. I like it. Trust me.
No, I know. But I'm saying
I'm a fan of Legends of the Dark Knight.
Yeah. No, I know.
I'm a fan.
Yeah, I don't blame you. But yeah, so super chats.
Yo,
let's jump into that.
Let's do it.
And then we'll recommend some books that are coming out this week. By the way, I saw that a couple of people. No, One shop I know of is doing a midnight release for Batman Deadpool or Deadpool Batman. Batman Deadpool is coming out from DC Comics in November, I believe. But yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute.
Awesome.
Uh-oh.
No, I mean, like,
Oh, I have this.
Yeah, and there's a couple things you need to talk about.
What's that?
Okay, well, first of all, before we jump into all of this,
Yeah,
first of all, you're going to that midnight release.
Yeah, so Zap Comics in Wayne, New Jersey is doing a midnight release for Deadpool Batman.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go to it.
Also, there's going to be at New York Comic Con, there's going to be a panel.
Yes.
Involving a conversation with some creators from IDW concerning
the Ninja Turtles.
Yes.
Yeah, the IDW is doing a big Ninja Turtles panel at New York Comic Con. I believe it's on Friday, and I'm going to moderate it.
Yeah.
So I hope you go.
So
if you're going to be in New York Comic Con, come on Friday to the Turtles panel. I'll be there moderating. I'm going to be talking to a bevy of creators and talent from all walks of Turtles, which includes Gene Luen Yang, who's going to be, of course, writing the main series.
People here who
are going to be on
who are
panel.
Confirmed for the panel are Dan Waters,
Tim
Seeley. So it's actually going to be not just a Turtles, or is it just a Turtle? Yes, because it's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles X Godzilla. I forgot about that. So Dan Waters, Tim Seeley, Sarah Meyer, Andrew Jostra. I think that's right. And Jake Thomas, editor.
That's right.
So those are some of the folks who are confirmed for right now.
That's right.
But there could be more. It's going to be a lot of fun. Listen, it's Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
You're going to have a good time. I feel like everybody's excited to talk about Turtles.
Why not?
Like there's something, I mean, like the people who are on board with it. It's just like there's something really joyful about talking about the Turtles. I think everybody has their favorite iteration of the Turtles, no
100%.
matter what it is.
Yeah.
So they'd be really good, but you get to moderate it. It's going to be super amazing. So if you're there, you should come on by.
You should. I hope to see you there. That's certainly be the only time at New York Comic Con that I'll be on a stage. So make sure to go to it and say hello.
But we'll have more details
as we get closer to it.
As they get closer.
As we
I could just here we go. It's gonna be. I already have the details right here, everybody. It'll be on Friday at 5:15 in room 1C03.
Okay, 5:15, 1C03. Friday.
03. I'm sure it's really what it is. 1C03.
Yeah.
Whatever. But Friday night, you should go check it out. Gonna be amazing.
Thanks. Well, Alex Sanchez says that's why. Is that right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's why I love about you guys. You really aren't grifters like so many other comic channels on here. You're honest and don't make up BS for views. I will say I was not throwing any shade at our fellow comic book creators or comic book channels. I was talking about YouTubers in general. But yeah. I don't know why, by the way, I was watching, I don't know, I'm just scrolling. And I came upon like there's always a new influx of comic channels and comic talkers. There's a complete divide between the YouTube spectrum and the talker spectrum. Talkers they all have YouTube channels, but they're much more successful over there, which I respect because I can't break through, which I don't work hard to do at all. I don't respect it or care. So not that I don't respect them, but I don't care about TikTok. I'm just like,
you don't care about the platform.
I can't. I know what they need and I just don't want to do it. I'm like, hey guys, welcome to the thing. We're going to talk about this. Like, I can't.
You just did it.
I just did it. But like, I can't do that. I can't do that 4 times a day for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
But yeah, I respect that. And I appreciate that, like, they can do it. And it's just a very different thing. And I like that we have all of these different avenues of creation and commentary on the thing we love so much. Zilly Goose.
This is me. Yeah. Zilly Goose says, I wasn't a huge fan of Batman, but it felt really lame for them to have an Imagine If issue in the middle of an arc. I thought, damn, this is going to get weird, but I'm in for it. But nope.
Yeah, I almost would respect it. I was not interested in seeing like Batbane, but I was also like, well, let's see how this changes. Instead, it's just going to be like a slow burn of him being like, I have venom in my body, and now I'm going to transform. And what am I transforming into? Is this going to be Man-Bat? Although I think we saw Man-Bat in Arc M. Oh, well. Arduit says, CPOP, woo, did y'all finish Resurrection Man Peace? No, I'm sorry. I need to read it. I'm going to sit down and just read it all. When it comes out in trade, I'm just going to buy it and just read it all there.
Nathan Chaffin?
I'd say Chaffin.
Because
I know a Chafin, and it's one
That's
F.
true. Okay, you're right. Nathan Chaffin says, I was always more of a Witchblade fan than a Gen 13 guy. Couldn't say whether or not Gen 13 could survive in the current comic landscape in a new voice.
I couldn't say either. I'm more than willing to try, by the way. But yeah, Witchblade was much more successful. Witchblade had a TBS show and an anime movie. Gen 13 has one movie that was banned before it came out, and it was produced by Disney, so you'll never see it. unless you're watching it on YouTube for free. It is very much available everywhere. But yeah. Oh well.
Wow.
Yeah. It's got a star-studded cast. Flea is in it. Mark Hamill. He was in Star Wars. Lobster says, I'm debating my friend.
It's Lobstar.
Oh, sorry. Lobstar says, I'm debating my friend. I want your opinion. Who do you think is better for Scott Summers, Emma Frost, or Jean Grey? Who do you personally like more? What do you think, Tiff?
This is a hard question.
I know. I like Emma more with the history of Jean. If Jean is dead, I prefer Emma.
You know what it is? I want Wolverine to be happy.
Yeah.
So I want
No. In order for Wolverine to be happy, he needs to let Jean go. Which he more or less has at this point. But yeah.
I'm like, I just want them to give it a shot.
Listen,
you know,
in Age of Apocalypse, he
not
gets
good.
to be with
I
Jean.
know. You know, it's interesting. Emma takes like no guff.
Yeah.
And she kind of expects him.
She makes him better.
I think she does.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying that like he and Jean aren't good together necessarily.
Yeah, she makes him stronger. She makes him a more capable leader.
Yeah, I think that like she expects more of him.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that's like necessarily the healthiest thing.
No.
But it does maybe work for them.
It works for him specifically.
But like, I just can't see her committing.
No. Well, I think that the only person she can commit to is Scott. I also want to say that if you like Scott Summers, if you're one of those people who's like, Scott Summers may be one of the best superheroes ever created, it's because of her.
Really?
Like, Scott Summers, before Emma and after Emma, you all like the one after Emma.
Yeah,
So
I like the idea of instead of either of them in chat,
Yeah.
you know, the Logan and Scott bromance.
Right, of course.
Just let them go be bros.
Let them bro. Cat Loyal Fan for Treats.
Loving the new graphics for the show. Also just realized Hattush is still going. We have 2 Batman books running simultaneously. Has this happened before?
Right? Yeah, because there's the previous volume, which refuses to die because it's technically what Hattush is, and we have the new volume. I want to say it has not happened. So yeah, probably not.
Interesting.
Bear Farmer, Ultimate Incursion, Hot Potato Baby. Yeah, big time.
Hugzilla says, Reed figuring out magic through science is like Ghost Rider's penance stare not working because X, Y, and Z. Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, no, it doesn't work on anybody. It's like everybody can block the penance stare. And if that's the case, then why even have it anymore?
Yeah.
Yeah, we saw it recently. They did it like 3 or 4 times. Arduit says, watching on delay, Dark Patterns is phenomenal. I wonder if they could do something similar with an ongoing a la Legends of the Dark Knight with Sherman, please.
I agree.
Jinx.
Oh,
give me a Coke.
Sean Technomizer Cornwell. Conwell. I put I listen. I said
you were reading
Cornwell
a court book. It was all.
It's all. I'm all Britished up here now. A friend and I talked potential horror comics and came up with Immortal Morbius by Al Ewing and Cap Wolf and the Legion of Monsters. Thoughts?
Yeah, I'll take it. I mean, why not, right?
Yeah, Cap Wolf. What's that?
Wow, what is that? Let's find out next week, huh? Arduin again behind One World Under Doom using his people. Isn't that a huge character break? Like, yeah, evil, but doesn't he defend his people like crazy? As I recall, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I've always known Doom to kind of like say that, but mostly he keeps them kind of like under thumb. Like they live in fear. It's more like Stockholm syndrome. Like they don't love him. They're afraid of him, and it makes them love him.
So what happens if they really did volunteer?
Well, then you got yourself a more complicated book. I'm sure that's the next reveal.
Yeah, I kind of hope at this point I'm like, I'm over it.
Just end it.
Bear Farmer says, meanwhile, at the Bane Recovery Group, Tetched. Right?
Sure.
At the Bane Recovery Group, Tetch.
Oh, Jervis Tetch, yeah.
Tetch. Got it. I'm saying it right now. Tetch. Hats sewed into my scalp and shocks me when I don't rhyme. Ow. Firefly says, my hands are flamethrowers now, I guess. Wesker, yeah, well, my hand is a wooden guy now.
Yes. I can't wait for all of the Baneism. Like, I'm making everyone into the thing they're supposed to be. Thank you very much for your generosity.
Yeah, love that.
Simply said, hey, ComicPop sales got me. Grabbed digital Ultimates and physical Transformers, Moon Knight and AVA. Transformers, my current go-to. Love the show.
Nice.
Thanks, man. I'm glad we loved all those series. Transformers is, I think ending soon, which is really sad.
Ooh, but I'm glad you picked up Moon Knight.
Me too.
Good choice. Dan V900 coming in saying Snyder has said that Joker is worse than Bane in Absolute Batman, which starts in 15. I'm not sure how. He said he has planned up to 35, where Bane feels like the ultimate villain of the series already.
Yes, I agree. It's one of those situations where I think like Scott didn't plan on it being that way. I think he was like, he's gonna be cool and scary, but like, whoa. And then it's like the audience going, it can't get any more extreme than this. And it's like, did you remember how The Zoo ended? Where the Joker is bones and he's on like a fetus suit and he absorbs their blood and reforms his body? Because they haven't referred to that ever again.
I didn't remember that at all.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
What?
Yeah.
That's at the end of The Zoo?
That's the end of The Zoo. It ends with Joker absorbing fetuses on him and reconstituting his body.
Did I just
everyone blanked that out?
Yes. Like that didn't happen?
Yeah.
Like the, Uncle Sweaty from Moon Knight?
Moon Knight, yeah. See? So you got to see Tiffany's reaction. I wonder what Ben and Ethan would say to an image like that. Irons Comics says, due to recent events about GFM's Red Hood cancellation, how should comic companies move forward when working with people? I value your guys' opinions and really value your input into the industry. Yeah, I mean, like, do your due diligence, I guess. Like, there were comments that I had a real problem with that were, like, from 2023. I'm like, well, that was easy to find. And the other thing is, like, I don't like the idea of being, social media is ubiquitous. Everybody, and there are people who have like grown up in it, like where they lived it. I can remember a time before social media. So I remember, so I don't think it's as important as people who have never lived without it. And so I can't imagine writing an incriminating tweet.
Right.
Or saying something. I can imagine being so upset that I might say something stupid. And doing a live show, I run the risk of doing that more than I do in my regular everyday life, where it's like typically easy for people to forget that. Or if they don't, it's my word against theirs. But like, I can't imagine tweeting deliberately inflammatory stuff that I'm not getting paid to tweet. But also, I can't imagine not, thinking how important I feel that to express myself through social media. So I wonder if there are conditions about that. Like for me, I'd be like, if I were an employer, if I were DC, I'd be like, we're getting a new person. Great. Have the person, have HR, whoever, check out their social media existence and scrub it. You know what I mean? Just in wake of like James Gunn getting fired by Marvel for tweets that were like 10 years old. Like just in the world we live in, you got to cover your ass. Just look it up, look them up and find it. And if one slips through, I'm not going to fire my HR director. It's a hard job.
Yeah.
But that would be what I would do. And I think I wouldn't blame any company for doing it. But I also wonder about holding someone accountable for what they said X amount of years ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I would never fire someone or hire or not hire someone based on a tweet they made when they were 13. You know what I mean? Like, but if they're a full grown adult and they're saying like crazy or stupid stuff online, it's like that demonstrates a fundamental lack of like self-discipline, of like forethought. The funny thing is, like, I remember a friend of ours, an old friend of ours, used to talk about like the like taking provocative photos of yourself on your phone and finding and then hearing that someone did that and being like, oh well, they're never going to be a senator, because like
they'll find everything.
Now it exists.
Yeah.
But like that's a joke now. It's like, well, you might actually become a governor if that's the case. Like the rules and expectations have changed.
Yeah.
I'm not dismissing or even condoning anybody. I'm just saying like
or condemning
in that case. But I think that it's just such a deeply complicated and nuanced issue, like every issue that faces our country, that like I can't just say here's the rule, the hard and fast rule.
Yeah.
But I do think if you're a company and you're I think I said this on Mike, but like point is like companies aren't people. companies are businesses. And if you like, without restrictions and regulations, companies just go, where's the most money? How do I get the most money? We need things to guide it into like a morality. That's where the human element comes in. But companies, like, their job is to make money. And it's like, if you're running a company and you need to make money, or you desire to make money, and the money is off of the backs of people, and you're making a creative product, odds are these people are looking up what they're saying. And so you just do your due diligence and be like, hey, welcome to the fold. But before I even make such a stupid declaration like welcome to the fold or here's a new series, look them up and just do just the barest of minimum things, and go and then get ahead of it and be like, hey, by the way, like maybe they're just so in demand or so great at what they do, you want to hire them. Okay, you know what, we're gonna take that risk. You have a conversation. Hey, I saw this thing you said about 3 years ago. It's pretty messed up. I don't like it. I don't agree with you. I do believe in your right to say it because that is the way that this country works. You have the freedom of speech, but you also have the freedom of accountability. And this is not this won't play in middle America. Or in the case of 2023's tweet, this won't play on the East Coast. But like, it's, so then you go, we're not going to do that anymore, are we? You know what I mean? Or you're going to put out a statement, or we're going to put out a joint statement that says like, hey, I've said some controversial things, but we're going to move forward and make cool things together. Something like, I don't know. I don't run a big company that employs a whole bunch of creative people outside of the small company that employ a bunch of creative people. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's really stupid.
I know nothing about this, so that's why I'm not saying anything, because like if you go back, like I was like, I don't know anything about this.
I didn't want to blindside you with it. I just was like,
no, it's fun. Like
it's just one of those things where I'm like,
I got nothing.
Yeah, just like, I think at the end of the day, like the takeaway lesson for everybody else is just cover your ass. Know that the internet is permanent. What you say matters, and it affects people. I learned that lesson over the years, where I'd be like, this comic is bullshit and the creator is an idiot. And then the creator shows up in the comments and goes, oh, and I'm like, oh, right, you're a human being.
Yeah.
That's a very like low stakes situation. But I'm just saying, it's like, anyway. So it's a long way of answering that question, but I think it's important to at least address it in some way, because it's going to be, these conversations are being had. Yes. But I'd like it to be had in a good faith argument.
But what if instead right now we talked about the books that are coming out?
Why don't we?
On Wednesday?
Fantastic idea. I love these. So let's talk about these comics that are coming out this week.
I'm going to be picking up Absolute Flash number 7.
I'll try to read that. Right away. Marvel, DC, Deadpool, and Batman.
A little book coming out.
Yeah, a little book. Hopefully number 1. We'll see. But yeah, Marvel, DC, Deadpool, Batman number 1. From Zeb Wells and Greg Capullo, among other backups, which includes Wonder Woman, Captain America, etc. Jeff the Landshark and Crypto.
Yeah, wild.
Man, here we are.
The Jeff the Landshark Crypto thing, I am.
You are ready for it's like so probably one page of awesome. Yeah.
He's so cute.
Love it. I can't wait to see it. Amazing Spider-Man 12. I loved the issue 11, so we'll see how it goes.
Ultimate Black Panther number 20. Man, I love this book.
I know.
So good.
Yeah, and
so
this one.
Consistently amazing. Oh, New Gods number 10?
Yeah.
Wild book.
I know.
Wild
one of the most like
really out there,
innovative books on the shelves from a big two company.
Some amazing art. I don't know who's doing the art this time around. Sometimes got a couple of folks.
That's true.
Just been so much fun.
I agree.
So much fun.
Mm-hmm. Predator Kills the Marvel Universe number 2. Yay. Looking forward to that.
Crypto, the Last Dog of Krypton. Number 4.
Yeah.
God, the cover looks happy. Please.
Yeah.
Please let Crypto have a nice day.
Well, you know how he ends up. It's okay.
I know.
I didn't realize they were even making this. The Batman Second Night number 1 from Dan Jurgens and Mike Perkins is coming out. This is a sequel to the Elseworlds, or like whatever they were calling it, Black Label maybe. Batman book where it's set in 1939.
Oh, I see it. I see that now.
I hope it looks like it's cropped to be a regular size, but I hope it's big like the Black Label book of its predecessor. I have the hardcover. It's great.
Are you going to be reading Star Wars Boba Fett Black, White, and Red?
Yeah, I guess I should do that.
Number 1.
It's such a small number of books. And I already read it, but it's definitely worth checking out. If you are a Turtles fan, Ninja Turtles Casey Jones number 1 is dropping this Wednesday.
Guess who's writing it?
What? Which one?
The Boba Fett one.
Oh, the Boba Fett one? Yes, Ben Percy. Oh, boy. That'll be great.
He could also run into a Yautja.
Oh. Where is it? Where is the Boba Fett versus Predator book? You know, it doesn't have to be like Predator, or it doesn't have to be like, you know, what is it? Vader versus Predator, though I would read that. You know,
no, I would read that.
I would read that. Godzilla Escape the Dead Zone #2 is coming out. I read the first one. I really like that one. It's worth checking out. It's a really fun, interesting universe, and each book is different and weird and crazy. Looks like DCKO Ashcan is coming out. Special edition #1. I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's for your local comic shop.
So go to your local comic store when you pick up a Batman Deadpool and get DCKO Ashcan. It's like a little preview of what's to come from DCKO. Also, if you're interested, you know, DCKO has like a bracket at your comic book store. Shows you like who's going to fight who, and I guess you can make bets and stuff. That'll be fun. Oh, Zdarsky Comic News is coming out.
Number 15. Number 15.
I've been shilling for this.
I haven't seen one.
Yeah, it's true. I have not seen a single. Well, no, I've never seen one in a store.
Did you already mention Casey Jones?
I did.
Okay, good. I thought you did. I was so busy looking at Ben Percy being the writer of
Boba Fett, Black, White, and Blood.
Yeah,
so great.
Boba Fett.
Where?
Yeah. All right. I realized that like all of my books came out like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Like all the books I'm reading were just like, bleh.
Yep.
Here you go. Here's all the books you're gonna read for right now, all in 1 week.
That's
Good
right.
luck.
Good luck, indeed.
And I'm like, oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
For me. Again, it gives me an opportunity to try some stuff. That's how I ended up reading Court, and I enjoyed it quite a bit. So maybe we'll see if I have time to pick up something else.
Yes, you're a busy bee.
I mean, like, here's the thing. Obviously, we're going to be reading the Deadpool Batman book.
Yeah.
Very exciting. Or not, if you want to do something else with that.
Oh, yeah. I've thought about it.
Okay.
There's no way to get the team together to do like
I'm the team then.
Yeah. So we just do that.
I'm the team.
I'm just saying
I'm your team now, Sal.
I wanted to do a rebirth issue where it's like we did because it comes out on Wednesday. I would love to have shot like a back issues on it, but
yeah, it was just you with me.
Just you and me?
Oh, was nobody here this Wednesday?
Oh yeah. We are shooting on Wednesday. Yeah, we could just do that. Oh, I forgot about that. I didn't even think about that. I forgot when we shot on Friday, so it threw off my whole thing.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. I'm getting it on Tuesday night.
Think about it.
Yeah, I will think about it.
You think about it, Sal.
Yeah.
You think about it.
Well, you folks at home think about it as well. We'll see you guys next week with another episode. But before we go, we want to thank you all for joining us. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel. We appreciate our super chatters very much. Thank you so much for sponsoring today's show. And if you want more, Tiffany plays video games on Tuesdays, typically, and Wednesdays, but not this Wednesday, on twitch.tv/ComicPop or youtube.com/ComicPopPlays.
So true.
It's definitely worth checking out because Tiffany is a positive voice in the world of internet content creation.
Very sweet. You're very sweet. I try.
And you're very sweet for doing this show for so many years.
Please don't forget, if you're going to be at New York Comic Con on Friday at around 5 o'clock, the IDW Turtles panel will be going on. And Sal is going to be moderating a panel of really phenomenal people.
Yes.
And it's at 5:15 in room 1C03. I'm going to be saying that a lot.
You are. Yes.
Between now and when that panel happens.
I'm going to try and write down a few turtle puns. Get things going. You know?
Yeah. You should submit your turtle puns.
Please do, because that'll help me in a big bad way. Because it'll just be, as opposed to me just saying it's going to be a shell of a time.
Submit your turtle. And are they terrapins?
Yeah.
And your terrapin puns as well. Feel free.
I'll go really deep with it. Be like, well, why don't you guys just go ahead and bromate about that?
Perfect. Do that. It'll be so good. But yeah, please don't forget that. We'd love to see you there.
And see you in your Comic-Con.
Yeah, supporting Sal, but really supporting Turtles. Like I said, like I feel like everybody has some attachment and some love of Turtles.
Yep.
And this is gonna be great because it's not just gonna be just talking about one series of Turtles. It's going to be talking all things Turtles coming out from IDW, which includes a couple of intercompany crossovers and other things going on there. That's right. Sounds good to me.
So, definitely check that out. Come and see us. We'll remind you. But,
trust me.
Yep. And see if your local comic book store is doing a midnight release for Deadpool Batman, because mine is. And so I'm going to check that out. Yeah. And they had a big crowd for Batman. They did a midnight release for Batman 1. So,
nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I think it will. I don't think it'll be as big. Because I don't think people know the Deadpool Batman's coming out.
I didn't.
I know. A lot of people didn't. Last week, I posted on all social media. I was just like, this is coming out next week. And people were like, what? And I'm like, don't tell me I'm the one who's first telling you this. Because this means that it's a failure on both Marvel and DC.
Well, I mean, as long as you pre-ordered.
I mean, I did.
It'll be there.
Yeah.
Go out, go grab a copy of this. This is like an unbelievable thing that has occurred.
It's a phenomenon.
It is a phenomenon.
Do. So thanks a lot for hanging out with us. Of course, thanks to our super chatters for sponsoring today's show, and thank you to our chat for being respectful and cool in the
You're
comments.
amazing.
As always, we appreciate you. And yeah, stay tuned for more. Here, I'm hopefully shooting another podcast. I'm planning on shooting a few No Comic Requireds with an array of hosts. Get ready to see some special guests, some familiar and not so familiar faces. I'm looking forward to it myself. I just got a text a little while ago from an old pal that you haven't seen on this channel ever, I think. So we'll see you guys then. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.